Warriors, rise. FMOC meeting today, and now the White House announced in February they're going to be launching an executive order for crypto. Man, what is this going to do to the markets? My name is Coach JB. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And what you're experiencing within your physical reality right now is a culmination of unconscious behaviors since the 1900s of progressive era, since they indoctrinated us into our education system, our medical system, and specifically what you're dealing with right now is your financial system. And until you break free from that matrix, you will always be just over broke in a job. But we're here to free you warriors, here to help you and support you. Click the link down below in this video to join our free Facebook group, or Discord, or our revolutionary 120-day challenge to help you get your shit together and guide you into the quantum financial system. I always say, don't trust a word I say. In turn, trust the feeling and vibration it creates within your body and act accordingly. All right, so let's dive into it, warriors. Wow, what a freaky time right now, right? A lot of people are freaking out. Here's my analysis at a 30,000 foot overview. Okay, the weekend collapsed. Why did it collapse? Because we knew that today was coming, January 25th, the FMOC meeting. So the large companies, the whales, right? And why does the market collapse so heavily? The crypto market is very thin. It's $1 trillion market compared to the global markets. That's very thin. So when a big whale moves their money, it dramatically moves the market. That's why you see huge volatility swings. That's also the reason why you can make a lot of money right now. So this volatility is amazing. Don't trip by the dip. So what happened is the bigwigs, the whales, knew that this was coming, so they're pulling some profits. So they dumped the market this weekend, and now you're starting to see crypto go back up a little bit. Okay, because people are fearful, right? So they were selling last night, and then maybe the market will start to come up a little bit, and we're going to see a lot of volatility going back and forth. But I'm here to keep you at the 30,000 foot overview, to keep you as a fundamental investor, long-term strategy, focus on the software, the utility, and the real world solve for the company's warriors. Because remember, if it has a real world solve and it's actually already working in the ecosystem, they have a real leadership team, they have utility, keep the long-term focus. If it dips, don't trip by the dip. If it goes up, have an exit strategy. You can fill out your own exit strategy, become disciplined in our Warrior Academy. Okay, so let's dive into this. This is why I'm super bullish, Warriors. This is the stuff that I focus on. So ex-Goldman CEO Lloyd Blankfein says crypto is happening despite the plunge in digital assets. Look at my view. My view is on it as evolving. Okay, I can't predict the future, but I think it's big time to be able to predict the present, like what is happening. And I look at crypto and it's happening. Okay. He's changed his narrative quite a bit, but I'll show with you. They always say this stuff, but they do completely opposite. By happening, Blankfein means that the ecosystem around cryptocurrencies has matured in the past year. Think about it. The past year, this has been going on for a long time. It's lost value, but at a point where it's trillions of dollars of value contributing to it and the whole ecosystem growing around it, he said. Okay. So let's listen to actually what he said physically. Okay.
We talked about crypto with you over the years, and you've been, let's just say, politely skeptical. Does the turn in crypto, even over the past couple of months or at least weeks, change your view? Is there, a lot of banks, obviously, traditional banks are now making crypto available in ways that they weren't before. How are we all going to look back at this 5 years from now?
Look, my view of it is evolving, not as an intellectual. Look, I remember when they were, a couple of decades ago, maybe 30 years ago, maybe more, they were auctioning off auctioning off bandwidth for cell phones. And I'm thinking to myself, why would anybody want to carry around a phone? I mean, there's tens of thousands of phone booths all around the country. Why would anyone carry a phone? At that time, they were like backpacks. And I thought that was, well, guess what? That worked. The point I take is, I don't know. I'm bad at, I can't predict the future, but I think it's a big thing to be able to predict the present, like what is happening. And I look at the crypto, and it is happening.
That's so important, warriors. It's happening. It's here. They're not going to be doing executive orders for crypto unless it's staying, warriors. The whole market wouldn't be responding to the FMOC meeting if it's not here. It is here, warriors. It is here to stay.
And so I, again, as an intellectual matter, I can't think differently about it. But as a pragmatist and as somebody who's skeptical not only of the market, but skeptical of my own views and trying to get on board and acknowledge things that I don't know everything and strange things that I think are strange actually happen. I'd say at the point now, it's lost a lot of value, but at a point where it's trillions of dollars of value contributing to it and the whole ecosystems are growing around it. And of course, we have the benefits of instantaneous transfer and so reduction of credit risk and all the benefits of blockchain that a million people come on your show and talk about. I'm, I may be skeptical, but I'm also pragmatic about it. And so guess what? I would want to have I certainly want to have an oar in that water.
Guess what? I certainly want to have an oar in that water, and a lot of them do, Warriors, and they are all moving into blockchain. They are all moving into blockchain. Now, what's happening is a lot of people are getting fudded in and fudded out because of this volatility. Warriors, get used to it. It's going to be really, really volatile. That's why I hold long term, and I only sell when it goes up, and I dollar cost average out. But as I dollar cost average out, I put money on the sidelines to grow that money. I keep 50% long term. I'm in fundamental cryptocurrencies. You can see my portfolio in the Warrior Academy. Okay. So this is important too. Bank of America says a digital US dollar is inevitable. Digital dollar issuance likely between two. Gosh, this is so awesome to see these dates. Warriors, go back to my videos 2 years ago before all this news was coming out. I was saying in 2025, the whole banking system would shift between 2025 and 2030. In the meantime, stablecoin adoption set to flourish. Okay. The US will likely move forward with its own digital currency with issuance occurrence between 2025 and 2030, according to Bank of America Corp. Remember, Bank of America, Ripple is in their patent. US government-backed coins, also known as central bank digital currencies, are inevitable. Evolution of today's electronic currencies. Strategists Elise Shah and Andrew Moss wrote in a report Monday, in the meantime, US digital currencies issued on private entities will probably grow, they say. Not probably, they're telling you exactly what's going to happen, Warriors. Okay. Now, this is important too. There's just so much news out there, Warriors. And if you watch Fox Business, it seems like all they talk about now is cryptocurrency. So let's watch what they're saying about what's happening right now.
What's going on in the crypto market? Here at a Fox Business exclusive with Bitwise Asset Management CIO Matt Hogan. Matt, what spooked the horses? And clearly, it isn't a flight to quality. It isn't sort of the safe haven that everybody kind of hoped it would be last year.
Well, one thing we know about crypto is that it's a risk-on asset. Anytime you see a violent shift from risk-on sentiment to risk-off sentiment in the broader market, crypto gets hit. It happened in March of 2020. It happened in the Q4 of 2018, the last time the Fed raised rates. Bitcoin was down 44% for that quarter.
Okay, so this is super important. Last time Fed raised rates, watch what happened, and then listen to what he said. What happens after this?
Importantly, after both those points, Bitcoin settled and then went on a significant bull run. Underneath the surface, the fundamentals of crypto are stronger than ever, but it is getting caught up in this broad-based shift to risk-off assets that hitting everything from Netflix to NASDAQ to, as you said, almost every sector of the stock market.
Okay, so I just wanted you guys to hear that. So when they talk about raising interest rates, what happened is, so I mean, you may know this, but I'll share with you guys, like, as if you don't know. What happens is when they raise interest rates, right, it gets more expensive to borrow. Now, there's just been free money in the system, Warriors. They've been pumping money, quantitative easing, printing of money, right? Interest rates were super low. Okay, so you could borrow money very cheap, start businesses, freaking get money to buy investments, right? Now the interest rates are going up and they're stopping the quantitative easing. So money's not pumping into the system and they're raising interest rates. So it gets more expensive to borrow. So people take their money and they run towards fiat. Okay. So fiat becomes more attractive, which is currency, which is your dollar, right? And so it's just, but the thing that why the crypto market is seeing such a big, because the stock affects the stock market, but why you're seeing such a big shift in crypto is because the market is so thin. It's not as big as the stock market. It's not big as the housing market. It's $1 trillion market versus the global markets, which are massive. So like I said, when a whale moves their money, you see big volatile shifts. As more money floods into the market, those shifts will become smaller and smaller and smaller. That'll become stabilized. Okay. Now, here's the next thing you need to watch out for, which is going to flood the market a little bit. And you'll probably see some FUD before this comes out, depending on what happens. Right. So people may have insight. We know the whales have insight, but the White House is set to release an executive order on cryptocurrencies. as early as February report says. So we may see a pullback or a dipper. We saw the pullback. We may see a little upswing, and then the whales may pull their money again before this announcement. Okay. Are you seeing a trend here? You saw the weekend, the whales pulled their money, right? They pulled their profits because they knew sheep would go running. Okay. They knew it was going to dip. So they pulled that pull high. The sheep started to pull their money, right? Now they're buying the dip, and then it's going to go back up, and they're probably going to sell the high again, or going to sell the high, knowing that this news is going to come out. The Biden administration will release an executive order on cryptocurrencies in February. Federal agencies are to be tasked with assessing the risk and opportunities of digital assets pose. Now, you have to know that America literally dominates the markets. What we mean by that is what America does, every country is watching for cryptocurrency. Every country is watching what America is going to do with cryptocurrency. Senior administrative officials will present the plan to Biden in the coming weeks, report says. You can dive into these, Warriors. These are deep documents that you can go through. This is back in 2021, the SEC cryptocurrency enforcement. This is what I do. I spend my days reading through these documents, and that's why I'm so fundamental. That's why I'm holding on long term. It's not if cryptocurrency is going to be here. It's not if cryptocurrency is going to go to zero. It is which cryptocurrencies are going to survive, which ones have a real world solve, and you need to start looking at them as software companies. Let me walk you through this, okay? I'll just do this last thing, and I'll walk you through my mindset. White House is set to put itself at the center of U.S. Crypto policy. Biden administration said to aim for February executive order. So we know this is coming. So we may see another dip, right? Because we don't know what's going to be in this executive order, and what's in it could flood the market. But think about this. This is what I want you to do. I want you to put your emotional intelligence cap on and think about this, Warriors. Okay. A lot of these cryptocurrencies, XLM, XRP. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you examples. VeChain, Algorand, right? You got ADA, right? These companies. I'm trying to think about this. Bitcoin is a store of value, right? Ethereum is deep in the banking system. I'm just naming some of the top cryptocurrencies, right? These cryptocurrencies, a lot of them have complete real world solve. Okay. XRP is already working in tons of financial institutions all over the world. XLM is already working in financial institutions and peer-to-peer networks like MoneyGram, right? Bitcoin, we know, is a store of value. It's being deemed as a store of value. Ethereum and consensus, Warriors. People keep saying Ethereum's going to go to zero and collapse. When they say that, I'm like, well, wake up. Like when I hear an influencer say that, I'm like, God, stop fudding people. It is deep, deep, deep in the ecosystem of banking. Tons of cryptocurrencies are built on Ethereum. You don't think behind the scenes they already have Ethereum 2.0 ready to launch and they're just strategically going to release it when it benefits them the best? That's how it works, Warriors. Ethereum's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. The things you should be worried about is the cryptocurrencies that have zero utility, right? The zero utility, okay? Because the government is going to come smashing on cryptocurrency regulation. They're going to be coming after DeFi. They're going to be coming after shit coins. They're going to be coming after pump and dumps. They're going to come after schemes, and they are going to crush. That's what this whole thing is all about. There's no way they're going to let a new monetary system completely become decentralized without them getting their hands on the currency. And remember, what America does is going to dictate the whole world economy. That's a fact, Warriors. Or this whole system is going to completely collapse and we're going to go completely sovereign. But I want you to really think about that for just a moment. Do you think with 1% of the population controlling, or excuse me, 1%, the 1%, the richest people in the world that control the media, that control the information, control the people, we're a small group of people watching this. There's about an average of 10,000 people that watch these videos. We are a tiny, tiny group of the population. I wish our voice was big enough to shift the whole world. But what the world is worried about right now is WAP videos, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West. They're worried about complete bullshit that doesn't matter, Warriors. So I'm sorry to tell you, Warriors, but I wish that we could change the system, that the government was going to stop manipulating you, that they weren't there, that the sheep are all going to wake up all of a sudden. That's not going to happen, Warriors. Until something catastrophic happens, the sheep won't wake up. So all you can do is become your president and CEO of your life. All you can do is invest in these innovative technologies and software companies. I call them software companies. The reason why I say that is I got that from Kevin O'Leary. I look at them as software companies. Is it going to be here? Does it have a real world solve? And I don't give a shit about the volatility. If it goes up, I have an exit plan. I pull profits and I put it on the sidelines to buy more. Simple. Every time I pull money out of the markets or I make a profit, that profit goes into something to grow it, just like Richest Man in Babylon. That's what changed my life. So warriors, I'd highly recommend finding a tribe. We have the tribe for you, the Warrior Academy, where you have like-minded individuals. You should see in our tribe, there is nobody freaking out. It's calm, collect, gut, heart, brain coherence, discipline, getting our shit together, not only in the financial space, but exercise, nutrition, mindset. What I will tell you is this is one of the biggest changes in our history. Financially, mentally, everything is going to change dramatically. And unfortunately, or fortunately, 99% of people are not going to be ready. But I know you watching this right now are the uncommon 1%. So I'll keep bringing you news on a daily basis. I'm not ever asking you to trust a word I say. What I'm asking you to do is trust the feeling and vibration it creates within your body and act accordingly. For some of you, you may say, screw this dude. I'm not going to follow him. That's fine. For those of you who feel something and feel like you need to take action, hit the notification button. There'll be a video every single day. Make sure you hit that notification button or you will not get notified. Number 2 is start to do your own research. I don't know if I'm right with everything I'm saying. What I do know is I trust the feeling and vibration and the sacral response that I get within my body, and that's how I make my decisions. That may sound in alignment with you or not in alignment with you. That's how I make my decisions. Nobody fuds me in. Nobody fuds me out. I don't look up to anybody but a higher power, which is God for me. It can show up different for you, but God, and I follow the life of Jesus as close as possible. Those are my principles. If that aligns with you, then great. So that's the type of person I am, and I'm here to free as many people as possible by teaching them that they are the answer. I'm not the answer. Joe Biden's not the answer. Your parents aren't the answer. That you are the answer. And you've been given the ability to think, to walk, to talk, to take action. And it's time. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Let's go. That was my manifestation alarm. What are the steps to 1 million monthly income? What are the steps to 1 million monthly income? What are the steps to 1 million monthly income? Hold it 17 seconds with the heart and brain coherence. I'm putting my finger towards my heart. I'm bringing that attention to my heart. I'm connecting the heart and mind. I can feel the freedom for all the people around me. Hold it. Connect the heart and mind for 17 seconds. Feel and release. Warriors, rise.